Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the markets are going crazy. Turbo has pumped roughly 20% in the last hour. So we can see we're actually up 23% on the day. And, it's mainly been this big hourly candle that has pumped us really, really hard, right? This hourly candle alone has pumped us 8%. These two have pretty much pumped us 10%. So these two candles alone did half of the work that, the rest of the hourly candles have done. Look, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking promising, right? If we can start getting nice daily big candle rejections like this and big daily candle closes up here, this could very well be the start of the reversal. And I'm not just saying that just to say that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, if I pull this up, look at the change, right? Change. Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gone up $6,000. That is a huge momentum shift. And that's not something to downplay at all, ladies and gentlemen, okay? That's not something we should be downplaying. That is a huge, huge momentum shift. I don't remember the last time we pumped that hard. I mean, I guess a couple of weeks ago. We still have to be patient. We still have to be patient, of course. I do want to see how this week ends up in terms of Bitcoin and Turbo for me to start giving you guys a proper analysis. But let me tell you something. If you start getting big momentum on the 4-hour chart, on the daily chart, and we start getting good closes, right? Right? Not something where something pumps up for a couple hours and then drops by the end. We don't want that. If something pumps up for a couple hours and stays near the top, that is a very, very good sign. And that is what we're starting to see with Bitcoin, right? We do have a few hours left to see how Bitcoin closes, right? That doesn't mean there won't be a slight pullback, even of like 2K or 2.5K or 1.5K. But this very well could be the start of what we were all waiting for. You know me, you know what I've been saying with my personal plan and what I believe is going to be happening in these markets is that I believe April, May, June are going to be the reversals. I did say it's a possibility that April temporarily might start off sweeping certain lows, right? Taking out any weekly candles, taking out the monthly candle, and taking out the quarterly candle. But in general, I believe its bias is going to be to pretty much, reverse and start recovering. Now, this is a fantastic start. I don't know why my accent literally just changed, but we're not cutting that out. We're leaving that in because I'm me and you guys get the full me, even the one where the accent changes. All right, look, right? Volume has gone up, shot up, market cap has shot up. We can even see this is not just a fake out as of right now. We can see other coins like Ondo have pumped 25%. Dia has pumped up a good amount. XDC has pumped a good amount. HBAR has pumped a good amount, ladies and gentlemen. Pangolin, right? So this is very, very good. Something like Myro, however, right? Because I want to show you this. Myro is not doing so well despite things being pumped super heavy right now. Okay. Myro, in fact, a couple hours ago was up at like what, almost 2 cents. And then it crashed down 40%. And now it's just recovering, right? Now it's just recovering. Sure, it recovered 17%, but look how much it dropped earlier. And if it wasn't for Bitcoin, if it wasn't for a Bitcoin big recovery, this coin, like I said, is most likely dead. Because if we look at something like Myro, we are literally at the bottoms. Okay. That is why, I am super optimistic about Turbo, right? Why am I talking about Myro when it's a Turbo video? Well, guys, because it's a competition, right? We are competing with other meme coins. And I'm telling you, and I'm showing you how other altcoins are doing. And I'm showing you how some meme coins are doing. And you can see, right? Not everything is being super wow, even though there's big, big green days and big green candles being formed. Look, we did, coincidentally bounce off, this big, big zone that we talked about, right? We still do have that monthly order block that we have to be careful about because, in case this is a fake out, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because this could be a good green week, but if we do not start reclaiming this area, right? If we go up here, we could go down like this, okay? But there's also a chance we go up, slightly down, and once we start reclaiming this area, that is going to be the higher time frame confirmation that we are reversing, okay? That is what I'm telling you right now. And of course, once we're back up to these zones of 0.003, that is when we're going to have really, really, really big confirmation for something like Turbo that we are going to the moon. So let me know, right? Let me know what you guys think at this current moment. Let me know if you guys have been dollar cost averaging. I myself have bought actually a lot of coins like 3 hours ago before everything just pumped because I was like, wait, I feel like there's too many like small reversal signs. We're at great prices. And I'm literally up like 20% on each of my recent purchases, which if you would have been in Discord, you would have got that notification. So if you would have followed that, you would have been up 20% in just 1 hour. Crazy, crazy times. In terms of news, ladies and gentlemen, right? There's not too much, but there is a little bit, which actually there's very, very big news, which I'll cover in the next video. I'll cover in the next video because I want to talk about it in the beginning. But look, right? Something with Turbo, right? We can see that there is going to be, some type of contest and giveaway. So make sure to enter that. Also, there will be a AMA space, which I actually was invited and I will be looking to start joining them. I was just very, very busy in the last 2 weeks, but I will be looking to be joining one of these AMAs. And yeah, I'm super, super excited. Also, the Turbo book. Let's see how the reactions are. After many rejections, which seems to be rite of passage of any success, I'm pleased to update that I found a publishing partner. We had our first progress meeting today and are working towards being in bookstores by the end of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you're hyped about the book, if you think the book is going to give you value, oh my gosh, you do not even understand what could be around the corner in terms of Turbo, right? What something lies around the corner that I know that you guys don't know. Okay. Well, some of you actually know. Some of you know. A decent amount of you know, but I know too. And I'm going to share in the next video. Oh my God, things are lining up with this coin. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I'm big on this coin. Yeah, I have it, but it doesn't even hold, it doesn't even hold most of my portfolio. In fact, it only holds like roughly at this current moment 7 or 8% of my portfolio. It is my biggest meme coin, but it's not a coin that I need to ride or die with it. You understand? So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super, super optimistic about this coin. We'll see how the daily candle closes. Tomorrow's video is going to be actually really, really big and important. And then by the end of the week, seeing how the weekly candle closes is also going to be super, super important, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you keep watching. Make sure you like and support so Turbo gets pushed more out there so you have more holders. Speaking about holders, let's see how we are doing in terms of that category before we end off. Look, we actually lost a good amount of holders in the last couple days. By a good amount, I mean like what, 30 people? 30, 40 people, worst case scenario, which is whatever. Then those people just missed out. Those people just sold for losses when things are starting to look really, really good. Of course, we need more confirmation. But ladies and gentlemen, I believe overall, much sooner than later, times will be consistently green. That is it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.